Yeah. Part of my genius is I don't use my brain, and it seems to work better. It
Well,
turns out...
You're an IT person, I get it. Bypass the thinking process, because it just
absolutely.
It gets in the way.
Do my best work when I'm sleeping or drunk.
Yeah.
But it turns out, I mean, we decided, okay, let's have some people taste it, because who knows? People love it. It is now... And speaking of others, I think it was Michael Fairbrother who, in some kind of offhand thing he might have said on Facebook or whatever, mentioned that he uses the 20% formula, the basic formula of 20% honey. And I thought, oh, okay, that's kind of close to what I was doing. I'll do that. And that has turned out to be kind of our standard now. It's a nice off-dry, still with a little hint of honey. And then when we flavor it with juices or whole fruit, it's still not that sweet when we're done. And people really like the crispness of it, and it's just great. Yeah, I'm a genius.
That's your
whatever.
Yeah, that's your what I call gateway meads for Merlot drinkers.
Yeah. So I can't take credit. I tripped across it, but it turned out to be the right thing.
Oh, some of the best recipes are like that.
And having that verification of gleaning all these different things from all the other guys posting stuff, just kind of allowed us to hone in on it, verify what we're doing, and kind of solidify that. So yeah, just learning how to go from 5 gallons to we did 40 gallons, and we're all standing around this tank of 40 gallons, like it's some magical thing. And then the first time we did a full 80 gallons, I'm weeping in the corner about the amount of money I just paid for honey, and the rest of them are standing around the tank like, this is the most amazing thing ever. And now we've got a tank with 470 gallons of mead in it. It's just remarkable.
And Dawn's got you by the lapels going, you took notes, right, honey? Tell me, please, you took notes when you did this.
No, actually, I'm the keeper of the database of everything that we've done to it.
So you make sure he keeps notes.
Yes, I'm like, how much did you put in? What did you do now? What was the temperature?
She's using words like gravity and bricks, and it's just really sexy.
Yeah.
Say it again.
say gravity.
Is that original or finish?
Mead porn.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And, I'm really glad I clicked the explicit button on the thing.
Well, this took an interesting turn.
Yeah. Didn't Robin warn you that we're weird?
Yeah, that first year was quite the discovery. In a way, not being able to sell the mead that we were making, because we were making a lot of batches just to make sure what we were doing and that we could do it over and over again.
Yeah.
So we were making a lot of mead, but we couldn't sell it. It was pre-licensing. So we came up with the idea. We just decided Wednesday night was going to be all hands at the hall, and then somebody decided, since we're going to be here anyways, why don't we open up and let people come and taste? And Dawn made some actual tasting sheets for grading the different aspects of the different meads.
Nice.
And it was, you come in, we'll give you free mead, but you got to tell us what you think. And we had a huge amount of market study, not to mention the fact that we were kind of growing a fan base. We had I think we just barely topped 500 likes, which is a big number to me.
Before the grand opening.
Before the grand opening.
And if you got that before your grand opening, that's pretty darn amazing.
Yeah, and I think that enforced celibacy of selling. We couldn't sell it, we couldn't stockpile it, so let's use it. And that turned out to be extremely valuable for us to do market study, learn who our customers were, get their input, because there's some things that we changed or dumped that just weren't working or didn't care for. We learned some things about, like our cran cherry. We chill everything when we serve it. Turns out the cran cherry doesn't taste as good chilled as it does, say, right around 65 degrees, which we found out by accident. A couple were tasting it and they didn't care for it too much, but they were nice enough not to say it. But as we're standing there talking, it was warming up in their hands. And a woman says, "Ooh, this gets better with age." And we discovered that, this one has a different set point for where it tastes good. So, and I never even thought about different temperatures. We just kind of assumed chill it and it's good. So, yeah, it's a lot we don't know.
And it's a process. Every mead is different. Every market is different. It just depends on what's going to happen, and I'm sure you guys have run into a lot of that.
Yeah, and people have been great about letting us know what they think.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they're just kind of saying, okay, this is what we think about this. This works. This doesn't. And it's been great. It's been really valuable. So.
A general philosophy that we're trying to do, though, is we want to have a little bit of something for everyone. So, we want our mead to run, we want them all to be crisp and clean tasting, but we want to have some on the dry and some on the sweet. So, there's a little bit of something for everybody in our mead selection.
No, I think that's a great idea, because there's, there are people who just don't deal well with, the sugars.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and there's some that we've got a bunch of people who are waiting for us to come out with a sweet. So.
Well, the cherry is fairly sweet, but there are, our fan base is asking for something even sweeter.
Yeah, they want mead candy.
Well, actually, that is something Tamara has made. We've been experimenting with recipes, and Tamara has made a candied mead bacon.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it is what you think it would be.
That's pretty evil.
Meat candy.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Nick has said that you could probably wean somebody off heroin with that stuff.
Oh my God! You've made mead crack.
That's another thing on the to-do list.
Yeah,
I'll send you the recipe. It's pretty simple.
Please do. Yeah, you guys are going to be getting some phone calls, I'm sure, after the show gets listened to and downloaded. So, yeah.
We'll share.
I don't mind sharing.
Yeah, that's one of the things we want to do on our website is we're going to have a food blog.
Nice.
We're going to call it the vlog.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Because, again, we want to make mead a household thing. You can cook with it. We want to get a hold of some of the local chefs. And here's a case of mead. Please use it in cooking and let me know what you think.
There's a number of meaderies that have done. Ken Schramm is big on doing that. He's a real foodie, yeah. So, hooking up with local, and you guys have got a lot of 3- and 4-star chefs down there, hooking up with the local guys and going, look, here's a bunch of mead. I'm curious to see what you can make with this. Basically sort of an Iron Chef, but here's the mead. Do something.
Just right on the Marietta Square, there's a few restaurants that are really upscale, really good chefs.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I could very easily. Tamara, y'all and I need to have a conversation because, yeah.
Sounds good.
I do craft beverage marketing is what I do in my quote unquote real life. So, and I'm not doing stuff. Yeah, that's my business. So, but yeah, that's I'm excited to hear what you guys are doing. It sounds like you're doing it all by the numbers. You're doing the right things and in the right order, and it's working out right.
So far it's good. Got way more inventory than I'd like, but
it's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and you've already started to create that core of raving fans, and you just need to turn them into your sales crowd for you and make that happen. There's got to be some festivals coming up where you can move a bunch of stuff.
There are. In Georgia, you have to have a distributor to get into the festivals, so we're Savannah distributing here. And they've been really good. They have a guy who is very dedicated and knowledgeable about mead, so he's got some big plans for us. And hopefully we'll be able to start doing that towards the end of this month. Got to get the more paperwork through the state. So I mean, yeah. Again, it's one of those things where you kind of read all these different things, like Sergio was talking about, staying away from distributing. I don't know what the other guys are doing. But if it's one of the things I've taken away from looking at this big cross section of all the people who were nice enough to post what's up in their worlds, is you got to know what your world is.
Well, it's different everywhere too. I mean,
exactly.
Every state is different.
Yeah, I mean, distribution here for mead is difficult and painful in North Carolina because the distributors here haven't come around to seeing what the writing on the wall is, and they're just being sticks in the mud. So they'll get there, but they're taking their time. You guys have obviously got an enlightened distributor who gets it.
Yeah, and the one thing I've taken from all these different guys is the people who are really successful, they know mead. I mean, they know how to run a business and make mead, but they also know their area. they know their customers, they know their clientele, and they know what works in their area. So that's been one of our mainstays is really engage in the local area. Yeah, we want to get into as many festivals as possible. There's one coming up in Marietta, which might be too late for us to get into, but there are more. And that's going to be a big part of things. I'll send Tamara, because she looks a lot better than I do.
We're actually also working on, with all the other craft beverage places in the area, we've been talking about doing a like pub crawl, if you will. You know, as you know, getting a bus together of fans and just going from place to place to place, and have that be like a monthly thing. But so.
Sell tickets and do a craft beverage tour.
Marietta or whatever.
Yeah. So.
Cool. Well, we really appreciate you guys being willing to come on the show tonight. It's been awesome.
It's really nice of you to invite us. Thank you. This is fun. I've been listening to your show. Usually I listen to a podcast, but I get a lot out of it. Oh my gosh, the one with was it Bray, the bomb?
Oh yeah, Bray with the bomb. Yeah, we're gonna have Bray back. He doesn't know how much we're gonna victimize him, yet. But,
we will utilize him.
Listen to that thing again. There was so much information there.
Oh my God, yeah, it was definitely very information dense. Thank God we record, But yeah, we'll be having him back on, and we've got some other stuff. I actually sent an email to. Cue the angels from on high, Charlie Papazian, and he said when he gets back in town, he'll actually get in touch with me, so I might be able to get Charlie Papazian on the show. It's like
that would be awesome.
Like total fangirl. We'd be like Alice Cooper. We're not worthy.
Like we do with Ken.
Yeah, like we do with Ken. Well, I only do it to Ken because it makes him roll his eyes, and it's so cute when he rolls his eyes. But Ken is probably the most humble person on the planet. He's just a regular guy, But I just love giving him a hard time about that because it's like, oh my God, you're a god among men. He's like, please, will you just stop?
You're making a scene.
Yeah, you're making exactly. Yeah, Ken is super awesome. I am pleased and honored to be able to call him friend. He's a great guy.
Cool.
Yeah, but and his kid, his daughter's got it all worked out. She just gets pregnant just in time to have a baby during the Mazer Cup, and that's why he hasn't been able to go for the last 2 years. He says it's a conspiracy.
Yeah, it was really nice being on.
Yeah, it was really nice having you. And, this thing will, with any luck, go on for a long, long time, so we'll be able to get you guys back on here again. But, don't be afraid to, send me the doings of what you guys got going on. And
it'd definitely be awesome to have you guys on again for, like, a one-year checkup, see how you're doing after you've been open.
Cool. Yeah, hopefully it's amazing news.
Yeah. You got the pieces in the right places, so I'd say, having been somebody who's seen the comings and goings for the last 20 years, I think you guys have got a really great opportunity to do really well here. And you're in a boom market. The market is just, you hit the market right when it was going total vertical. The afterburners are on, so just ride.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the reasons we jumped in. Realistically speaking, January 2015, we had no business getting into the business because we only had 5-6 years of experience in making meads. There's a lot of reasons not to do it, but looking at the market where it was in a perfect position to jump in, and you can deal with the mechanics of it, but the time was right, and people who are getting in it now, perfect timing.
Yeah, it really is a good time to be, and you can see it in the market. The market's just going bananas right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But we're going to let you guys go, and I'm going to turn the show over to AJ to do her thing and get our guys in here so that they can talk turkey and mead. You're more than welcome to stick around if you like, or, cut off and listen to us live.
I think we'll go listen.
And it looks like we've got one of the mead makers calling, Alan Jones. I'm gonna bring him in here. Hang on, Alan. Let me put you in the group.
Okay.
If I can figure out how to do that.
I was waiting for a chance to call in as he didn't ask for callers. I was like, I don't know, should I?
No, just call in. We're pretty casual around here. All right. I'm trying to figure out how to, hang on. Hang on a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.